Hey YouTube, welcome to my shop. I'm Mike and I appreciate you stopping by. On my last project that I did some checkerboards where I had to do a lot of joining to make sure that they were the pieces were perfect to joint together. And I used, since I don't have a jointer, I used Grandpappy's style of jointer. And by the time I got to the end of it, it wasn't slicing through like it should be. So I think it's time to do a little tune-up on my number 8. Now this is a Stanley number 8, and this is what you'd call a type 11. Now a type 11 is made from let's see, 1910 to 1918. So there's a big area in there. I know it was not made before 1910 because there's 3 patent dates on it, and then I know it's not past 18 because the Stanley is in a V that says New Britain, Connecticut, USA, and it's in a V type thing. It's not just Stanley across. So it's definitely a type 11. See, it's got a corrugated sole, and I like it. I bought it off eBay when I was restoring hand planes and reselling them. Now, a 8 like this, you can probably find anywhere from $50, which will be really bad. The toe will be broke and it'll be rusted. That's not too major, but if it's broke, if the bed is broke, it's an anchor. So when you buy a plane, make sure that all the types match. In other words, you don't want a sweetheart blade on a type 11 hand plane. Now, if you're gonna collect Stanleys, you could literally be collecting hundreds of planes. So I just wanted the bench planes 1 through 8, and I'll never have a 1 because I won't spend $1,000 plus on a block plane with a tote. So I'd sure love to have one, but I don't think that's gonna ever come out of my bucket. So anyway, what I'm going to do to this is I'm going to use my buffing wheel right here just to polish up the sides. When I do that, I use a compound by McGuire's. It's a very light compound for clear coats, but it works real good on getting rid of flash rust and shining things up. Then I'll put a coat of wax on it. I will check the blade for squareness, and then I will sharpen the blade, and I'll put it back together and stick it in my cupboard into the next project. So let's get started. You know, I got this buffer 20 years ago probably from Harbor Freight, and I polished the chrome and the stainless steel when I was doing my cars on a 55 Pontiac, and I mean, this thing just keeps running and running. I think it was 75 bucks. So some of Harbor Freight things work pretty good. A little more I need on this. Alright, the chip breaker and the lever lock, they're in good shape. All I need to do is just give them a quick buffing. Well, when I started this project, I thought I was going to just be able to take my 4,000 stone, just clean it up real quick, and it'd be sharp again. But when I was checking it, I mean, this thing is out a 32nd of an inch, at least, maybe more. And I don't know how it got that way, but it shouldn't be that way. It should be very square. So what I'm going to have to do, instead of just real quickly doing this, I'm going to have to get my Grizzle grinder out, go through the whole steps. So I might as well get on it. All right, I'm going to take my engineer square, and I'm going to draw a line for the part that needs to be taken off, and there's quite a bit. I'm surprised, man. That's at least a 32nd of an inch. I don't know what happened. Normally I don't let that happen. So let's grind this puppy. Looks good. Perfect. Now it's exactly square. Sometimes a power grinder comes in awful nice, because if I had to bring that down, it wouldn't have been a few minutes. It'd have been a half hour or more probably. So now I can use my 4,000 and my strop, and it should be ready to go. Alright, now just flatten the back. Get the little burr off the back. Just a little clean up, and that blade's ready. Ten or 15 strops, and we'll see how that works. I think that's good enough for me. My number 8 is back to ready. Alright, let's see how the old good boy will work. Now when I adjust my plane, I get a narrow piece of wood and I go to the left side and I draw it through. There's a little coming out on the left side, so then I go to the right side. A little more coming out, so that's a little heavy. So I'll adjust that just a titch. Then I will put a titch more blade into it, and we'll see how it does. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nothing better than a nice, sharp, tuned hand plane. Well, YouTube, I guess that's it on the tune-up of the Stanley number 8 C with a corrugated bottom. It's ready for another 100 years. So I'm I'm ready for the next project, and so is my number 8. So thanks a lot, YouTube. I appreciate you stopping by, and I hope to see you next time. Take care of yourselves.